good. Serve with a smile. Serve us with a smile, okay? There you go. Yeah, hush puppies with a smile. Mac and cheese. Show us how it's done. Enjoying that fish? Very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the All Sports Fish Fry here at the Fairgrounds, sponsored by Sam's Club and Walmart. What a delicious time. The Bayou boys have cooked up some fish fry. JD, how's the fish? It's all good. The beans are good. It's delightful. Folks, if this is your first visit to All Sports, I want to share a little bit about it. It's our community leaders who are here to raise funds for great causes. And each year, they select one of their own to be the chairman. And this year we have the one and only Bill Kuhn, who is the volunteer chair of All Sports. I'd like to introduce now Bill Kuhn to welcome you appropriately. Bill?
Thank you very much, and welcome everyone to the corporate-sponsored Fish Fry by Walmart and Sam's Club. I appreciate everyone coming out. Those of you that played in the golf outing earlier, hopefully you had a great day because it was absolutely, the weather was perfect today. So I just want to welcome everybody. I just have a couple announcements. First of all, next month, if you haven't seen the flyer yet, they're around somewhere, but we have our first ever Sporting Clays Amateur Charity Tournament. It'll be held up in Crestview at the range up there, and we're taking 20 teams. So if you'd like to sign up for that, please let us know. We appreciate it. Also, we have a fabulous lineup for you tonight. Ted's going to let you know all about them, and I'm not going to hold him up too much longer as I'm dropping all his stuff. But please enjoy yourself. Again, welcome. I appreciate you coming out. To the corporate sponsors out there, thank you very much, and enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you, Bill. Bill's real job is he owns Edible Arrangements. Edible Arrangements is located on Eglin Parkway at the Mariner Plaza. So in preparation for Valentine's Day, might I recommend you get a nice edible arrangement at the Edible Arrangements on Eglin Parkway, and stop by there. So thank you for that. Okay, folks, so here's what our game plan is for today. Everyone wants to know, what are we going to chat about? Mary Beth Jackson is going to work her way over here. She's going to say something on behalf of Okaloosa County Schools. I will announce all of the students that are here. They'll stand and be recognized, all the student athletes that are here. Then Carlene Anderson's going to come up and we're going to talk about Walton County. And then today, folks, you have an unbelievable treat where we have a chance of interviewing our professional athlete, Diontrez Mount, who's over here preparing himself, our collegiate athlete, Jordan Leggett, and then Tom Hammonds is here, our amateur, and the coach, Bobby Cremins from Georgia Tech Day. So those folks, we're going to have a chance to interview them and chat with them. Don Ankers, who's the MC for tomorrow, said, hey, I'm really excited about it, but I have to go home and prepare myself. What time will we be done? Thank you, Don. I think we're looking at about 7 o'clock. So let's just try to look at 7 to get all this entertainment in and all this activity for the kids of all ages. Does that sound fair? So that should. So here we go. And I want to say, there's many wonderful people here. Danny Werfel is here. The Werfel Award winners are here, etc. Very, very exciting. We're happy to have you. But today we're going to concentrate certainly on our high school athletes, and who better to lead off than the superintendent of schools here in Okaloosa County, Mary Beth Jackson.
Good evening, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you this evening. As a mother of 5 children, 4 boys who played sports, every sport you can think of, and a daughter who tried to outdo her brothers playing sport, I love it. I enjoy it. And I can tell you this, it is about the whole kid. We have a lot of kids in our district, 31,000 of them. We have 40 schools, and I get excited when I see you play because it makes me feel a pride in our school and in our district. And this is a wonderful event. I had no idea, Bernard Johnson, you were going to feed us this well. But we have our students here tonight, and Ted will be introducing you. Thank you for coming out this evening, and thank you for allowing me to be a small part of this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Beth from Okaloosa County. I want to thank the Boys and Girls Clubs. Nobody can do sweet tea, unsweet tea. Sweet tea, unsweet tea better than them. Well done, folks. It was very delightful. We thank you for your efforts on that. So, let's start off, before we get into the to the high school, let's celebrate this fall the first start of the Argonauts season at University of West Florida. I saw Coach Pete Schink is here, Steve Solner, Billy Vanderbeek, and Zach Berkowitz are here. Where are the coaches? Where are they? I saw them. There they are, right there, folks. Welcome. Happy to have you. This fall, UWF. Someone was over here with autographed footballs, and she said, who should I get the footballs autographed? Get autographed by those folks, the coaching staff of UWF. The Argonauts are over there. They're starting this fall. We're excited. So let's start off now, folks, alphabetically, if we can, on Okaloosa County, identifying the athlete and some of their merits, where they're staying. You stand and be recognized to perhaps thunderous applause by their friends and family. So let's start off and see how it works out. Jake Fairley is here, football. Coach Greg Thomas is here. Jake Fairley, MVP offense. It says you're going to Troy or UCF. Have we decided yet? Troy or UCF? Not yet. Okay, well, those are both good schools. We'll look forward to it. Please send an email or a Twitter to all of us so we can keep track on that, Greg, if you don't mind. Jake. So next up is Gabe Estes from football, the Sam Harrison Award. He's undecided right there. Gabe, welcome. Look at that. All right, and his family certainly. Nelson Elder, wrestling, first of the district champ, three-time regional qualifier. Nelson, Coach Josh Pulliam is here. From the boys' weight team, Justin Scott, 2015 state champion. Well done. Straight out of Choctaw. I hadn't seen that. Nice. Cindy Gates, how proud are you of that? Do you have one of those? Do you have one of those straight out of Choctaw shirts? Yes, you do. I want you to wear it at the school tomorrow in honor of those wrestling champs there. From the girls' basketball, Nadia Fingal, the McDonald's USA Today First Team All-American, and our Scholastic female. Is she here? Nadia? She's not. She's practicing. They're playing tonight. Okay, so she could not be here today. We're excited to have her as our Scholastic female. How about David Mayberry from baseball with Coach Ryan Lampner here from Daytona State? There he is. We can tell he plays baseball because he's wearing the baseball hat. Right? Does he make sense? Coming up, how about Cassandra Fairley, volleyball, 2015 Player of the Year. Congratulations. Also, Andy Wentz, boys soccer. Coach Chris McDaniel, Andy Wentz is here. Andy was a 2015 state champion, 2016 elite eight, and going to LaGrange College. Congratulations, we're happy. Congratulations to you. Ashley Reynolds, swimming state finalist. Ashley Reynolds, way in the back. Oh, still wearing the green though. Right then, how about, and Joshua Woods from swimming, regional finalist. There we go. The swimmers staying together over there. And of course, the aforementioned Cindy Gates and her little sidekick, her husband Mike Gates over there. Cindy, well done. Go Choctaw. Straight out of Choctaw. Do we miss anyone from Choctaw? Well done. We're happy to have the Indians in the house. How about Fort Walton Beach Vikings now? A strong contingent of the Viking class. Over here. Alumni, I see. All right then. Is there anyone else that just wants to shout out randomly on behalf of the Vikings? We can go up and down. Go Vikings. Danny Werfel, do you want to shout out on behalf of the Vikings? Okay, first from football, Jaquiel Merrill. He's going to Jacksonville State. Is he here? Oh, did he stand up? Stand up for crying out loud. You're going to Jacksonville State, man, there you go. Well done, congratulations. I see her mom there. I see the mom and the family. Grant Macala, soccer. There he is. I just was advised today that he is going to Southern Methodist in Texas, 9th ranked in the country right now for soccer. Next year they'll be first because of you being there. Well done. Grant, we're happy to have you and your family attending with us today. How about Maddie Fulmer, track cross country, female cross country of the year. Is Maddie here? She's out running, obviously. And then I met him earlier today. The Cohen family's here. Our male scholastic athlete from golf, Tyler Cohen, over there. Well done. We talked about he's going to Rhodes College in Memphis. I was talking to his dad, Cliff, who I've known for a long time. I said maybe he'll have a chance to stay in Graceland. And of course he said, what's Graceland? So he'll find out what Graceland is and barbecue it. Congratulations, Tyler Cohen. And last but not least, our scholastic female from Fort Walton Beach, Emma Redmond. Emma Redmond, I saw. Emma. Congratulations, Vikings. Not to be undone, up the road into Niceville, Eli Stowe, football and track. Under Armour All-American. Already promoting his college, Auburn. Well done there. Appreciate your sponsorship of Auburn there. Congratulations. Romeo Finley, football and track. Going to Miami. We saw that in the paper the other day, going to Miami. And I like that. He's got his name on the back of his shirt. That shows already the sponsorship capability, only known as Romeo. Well done, Romeo. Good for you. Tyler Russell, football, a Taylor Haugen Trophy winner. Tyler, well done. Nice to have the Haugens here with us. Congratulations. Always delightful to see you folks here with us. Deontay Sheffield from football, the Player of the Year 2016. Well done. And the Female Golfer of the Year, Lauren Miller. Out playing at night golf perhaps tonight? Could be. So there is our Niceville Eagles. Did we miss anyone from the Eagles? Perhaps you. We missed you. All righty then. How about all the way at the top of the home of our friend and guest speaker coming up in just a little bit, Tom Hammonds, Crestview Bulldog High School. How about Rusty Moore for football and basketball, the MVP for basketball in 2015. Rusty, right over here. Game day. Corey Armstrong, football, basketball, MVP hitter 2015. He's playing. He's got a game? He's got a game. By the way, if you want to know, this means he's got a game. In case anyone's wondering if there's any type of charades, he's got a fastball, or maybe he's got the, but that's what it is. All right. Marquise McLean is football, signee at Auburn. Is that what I'm seeing? See here? All right then. Congratulations, Sarah. Marcus Flavors, football. There he is, Southeastern Louisiana. Well done, Marcus. And the football coach, Tim Hatton. Tim Hatton right there, giving me the singles. Tim, congratulations on the Crestview Bulldogs. Rocky Bayou Christian. Rocky Bayou Christian. Ian Hall. Ian Hall, who's going to Jacksonville University over here. Look at that. Should people in high school actually have a beard? Is it just me? Anyway, Ian. Looks good, my friend. Nice to have you. Congratulations there. Sam Holcomb, not able to attend. Softball, Northwest Florida Player of the Year, going to Southeastern University. Casey Orr, not able to attend. Softball, Northwest Florida Daily News All-American. How about David Morano from football? David? All right, there he is, David. Northwest Florida All-Area and PSA All-Star MVP. Congratulations, David. Welcome. Abby Aldridge, soccer from Rocky Bayou. Abby? All righty. And some family members over there, Mr. and Mrs. Stanton, Mr. and Mrs. Bilby, and the Marinos 4. So thanks to all for the Rocky Bayou folks for coming here. Carlene Anderson, there she is. Let us now introduce our superintendent of Walton County, the delightful and effervescent Carlene Anderson.
Good evening. It's so great to be here. Walton County is just across the county line, but I swear it's gotten further and further away as I was driving here tonight. I'm so glad to be here and to be with our school from Walton County. Where are my Seahawks? Let me try it again. That was a little weak. Okay, one more time. Where are my Seahawks? Thank you, thank you. They have given me such a thrill this year, just watching them grow, and we're going to state, girls. Where's my girl? Megan? Yeah, we're going to state, and we're really excited about that. I'll be there with them. They have given me such a thrill. All the schools in Walton counties are just blossoming with athleticism, but you know, it's good kids too. They're good kids. And so I'm very proud to be a part of their organization, to lead them not just athletically, but academically. And I'm just proud to say that I belong to Walton County School District. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Carleen Anderson. So let's announce some of those South Walton High School representatives we talked about earlier. Joe Lido Macy, football. Joe, congratulations, going to Davidson. Congratulations, Joe. Belle Wooldrop from volleyball, going to Troy. District 1 Scholarship Player of the Year. Anna Jackson, cheer and weightlifting, a Taylor Haugen nominee, going to Samford. Well done. Megan O'Neill, basketball, going to West Florida. We just saw that in the paper the other day. Congratulations. Alexis Tibbetts is here. Alexis and Buff Tibbetts from over there. Look at that. Nice to have you folks representing the Seahawks over there. We have other names. Charlene Cuvion. Girls, is Charlene here? We have Kevin Craig. Is Kevin Craig here from girls basketball? There, oh, there he is, over against the wall there. Outstanding in his field as always. Coach Craig, well done on what you've done over there in South Walton. Fantastic. Phil Teza, the football coach, is here. Over there, Phil. Thank you. And Bruce Bates, the weightlifting coach. There we go. Nice to have you all over here. Thank you for coming over from South Walton. And let's talk about our Navarre High School representatives tonight. Tommy Leggett from football, the defensive MVP in the PSA East-West game. Tommy Leggett over here, the Leggett family, and Amber Leggett, basketball, best defense on their district championship team. So the Leggetts well represented. So folks, there we have it. We have now announced all of the names of the athletes that we knew about who would be here tonight. If there's anyone I missed, please shout now out. Did we miss anybody? All right. So now let's have an opportunity, folks. This is really fun. We haven't had this chance too much in the past, but we've had the chance to interview some of our honorees who are here with us today. So we're going to start off with Diontrez Mount, who's over here. He's poised, he's ready. So Diontrez Mount, will you please come up here and take the middle seat of joy, the buzzer seat. Here he is, Diontrez Mount, everyone. Our Professional Athlete of the Year. Look at that, settle in, just like a news conference, just like you're used to. So let's share, for those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting Diontrez Mount, let me share some information about him that I acquired on the Tennessee Titan website. So this is common knowledge that you've shared with them that you want us to share with everyone out here. So let's go with the big stuff here. The Titans used their first of 2 6th-round picks in the 2015 NFL draft on Louisville defender Diontrez Mount. The 6'5", 249-pound defender arrives in the NFL with a reputation as a versatile pass rusher who played at multiple spots in Louisville's front 7. That's a little dated, of course. He was a rookie this past year. His hometown is where? Fort Walton Beach High School, where he recorded 54 tackles and 5.5 sacks as a senior. Now we're going to ask some other topical questions, but for those who haven't had a chance to meet Diontrez, let me share some information again. I'm not making this up. It's right here on the Tennessee Titan website information. So the first one, it's under the title Titans Tidbits. And it says here, Mount grew up as a Titans fan because his favorite player was Titans running back Eddie George. Right? Of course. What a great way to follow in the legacy. The next Titans tidbits is this. He is an avid fan of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books and lists Rowley as the person he most wants to meet. So
J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, yes. What is it about it? Everyone's read the Harry Potter books. Let's chat about that. I mean,
It's just a different world than what I live in. It's kind of, it's just entertaining just seeing things in a different perspective, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a wonderful thing. Here's some other ones I found interesting. List of favorites. Is it all right if I say these? Yeah, let's just a couple of them. Just a couple of them. And you can research it on your own, of course. List of favorites here. Favorite TV show is?
South Park.
South Park. Now, by any chance, do you do any of the impersonations of any of the South Park characters?
See me after this. I got you guys.
All right, okay. See? A little tidbit. How about this one? This one I found extremely interesting. Favorite food, P.F. Chang's. I think in a couple years they're going to have you as a sponsor for them. It's nice of you to give them the shout out. P.F. Chang's. Here is one, folks, that I think it's called a guilty pleasure. What is your guilty pleasure, Diontrez, that's listed here on the Titans website?
Taylor Swift.
Listening to Taylor Swift music. So you see on the outside, folks, you see this 6'5", 249-pound, wonderful guy, but on the inside, kids, yes, that's right, you can listen to One Direction and Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber and grow up to be someone just like him. So tell your parents to crank it up, and we're listening to it in the car on the way home. So, Diontrez, we're honored. We're so proud of you from Fort Walton Beach here, certainly. And by the way, I'm Ted from the Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce, so we're here promoting our area. So I want to ask the first question here, and let's just talk about those for those athletes now who will go from high school to college to pro. Let's kind of compare that jumps, if you could.
I mean, it's pretty much the same for the most part. The biggest thing that changed is your level of focus. You know, high school, you just have to be naturally talented. When you get to college, you kind of adjust to watching film. And in the NFL, it's really not physical at all. It's all film. So you have to kind of take that time out and manage your time a lot better than college and high school. So that's just the biggest difference. And of course, the speed.
So note that the NFL is not what do you say, not?
It's not very physical.
Not very physical.
Not very physical.
Who wants to come up here and tackle Diontrez? Is someone on? Come on. Let's get a feel for this. All right, well, here's something, you know, we've seen Louisville in the paper as of late and some of the issues that are going on, but I want to talk about, we have the SCA meeting tomorrow, the breakfast where there's going to be 1,000 or more kids there, and I want to share this question. How important are the team chaplaincy programs and FCA to players and teams at the college level? Because I know that's very important to you.
And as an athlete, like as a collegiate athlete, you have to do a lot of things. You have to go to school all day, find a time to go to the gym and, you know, work out with your teammates. And after class, you obviously have to study for tests and have homework. And a lot of the time you push back what's most important, and that is, you know, God. And without him, and I give him all the glory, without him, I wouldn't be here in this position I'm in right now. And FCA is just a convenient way for us athletes, you know, to reach that spot with our spirituality, and it's just convenient.
Well done, my friend. Well done. Great example there. Taylor Swift and believes in the Lord. What else could you ask for, folks? What a great inspiration for you. So, you know, you've been through several layers. We have the high school games. You had the big Choctaw games. Those were big games for you. You had 4 years at Louisville. You had big games there, and now certainly with the Titans. Is there one game or a couple of games that jump out as some of the ones that are the most memorable for you?
Actually, I had to play against Jordan Leggett again in college. It's a Clemson-Louisville game. I guess we got to like the fourth quarter. We was down by like 4 points. We got to the 1 yard line and ran the wrong play. It was a Super Bowl moment. And it just didn't score. And I mean, just the experience of playing at Clemson was just amazing.
So it was at Clemson.
It was at Clemson.
So your favorite memory is a loss to Clemson?
It's just
the competition. See, that's the competitiveness.
competition is just
not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game.
It's just a fact. I would have never thought I would have made it to play against games like Clemson or Louisville. When I first got to Louisville, we were in the Big East, which is not a very big conference, and now we're in a Power Four conference, which is the ACC. And those big games like that, you just never forget them, you know.
Well, that's fantastic. So let's jump now to Tennessee. I actually went to a Titans game this year. I was up there in Nashville. What are some of your favorite experiences as a pro? I mean, this is a pretty cool thing. You're a pro athlete. It's cool. What are some of your favorite, anything you have, any special?
All right, so my rookie debut, my first game was against Jameis Winston. I played against college when he was over at FSU. And I'm a Florida fan. Shout out to the guys wearing the Florida. Yes, baby, all day. I'm not a big fan of Jameis Winston, to say the least. And, you know, my rookie debut game, I intercepted one of his passes, and, you know, I just went on from there. So.
There we go. All right, then.
Yeah.
Nice. You get to keep the ball?
Yes. And actually, take the ball back from me, and I was.
There you go. Well, along the lines, for some of the folks, last question, I guess, is autographs and such. What are some of what's the craziest thing someone's asked you to autograph?
Oh, man. I had to sign someone's neck before. It was kind of a strange request. She was just like, I don't really wash my neck too often. Can you? Yeah, it was really weird. But
We have questions in the audience? We have time for one question in the audience? Bobby, you want to put that out there, or Chad? Is there anyone who has a question? We're on a tight time frame. We can certainly talk all night with Diontrez. And note after this, he indicated to us he's going to do his South Park impersonation. And I thought I heard him say he's going to sing his favorite Taylor Swift song. Is that what I heard?
you got it.
That's what I thought. Okay, so we're going to get with you afterwards. You definitely want to get the ball signed by him. Folks, on behalf of everyone here at All Sports, our good friend, the professional Diontrez Mount. Thank you very much, Diontrez. Well done, well done. Mr. Leggett, have you finished eating yet? Will you join us here over on the dais? We are honored here, folks, as you all know, as our collegiate winner this year is Jordan Leggett. While he's making its way up here, let me share, as you all know, he's from Navarre. His position is tight end. His height is 6'5", 255. Maybe we need the two of you to tackle each other and see if it is. There he is. All right, then. Please have a seat. And let me share again from the Clemson website. A junior who is one of the team's most athletic tight ends, has 26 receptions for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns in 21 games, 8 starts in his career. As you all know, or if you don't know, I'll be the first to tell you this, he is one of the 3 finalists for the John Mackey Award this past year, which we're very, very proud of you, my friend. And in 2014, he was on the ACC Academic Honor Roll member. So here's something I found interesting. So congratulations, well done. Balancing it. Now I love this one. He's majoring in parks, recreation, and tourism management. What do you hope to do with that?
I'm just trying to make a difference. Just really tap into these young kids' lives and just do what I can to use myself to just make a difference in theirs.
Well done. Here's the part that I found extremely exciting. He was born on January 31st, 1995. So if you quickly do your math, etc., just a couple of, I guess, 2 weeks ago, on his Twitter thing, his note on January 31st, finally legal 21. Can you share with the group in some type of G-rated story how you celebrated your 21st birthday?
I was just really with a bunch of my friends just celebrating, but you just gotta do what everybody does when they turn 21. You gotta go downtown. So I mean, just use your ID in any way that you can. So that's basically pretty much what I did.
I was proud as I looked at his Twitter account also on January 15th, it said, time to treat myself to some tattoos. You know, when you are sharing this with the world, I can't mention this to you kids, when you're putting it out there, it's not just yours, it's the entire world. So in this case here, a goofy guy like me can read it and say, time to treat myself to some tattoos. Might you share what those tattoos were and what their symbolism is?
I got a lot. Not really a lot, but I pretty much have this whole sleeve almost completely finished. That's what I've been working on, but it's just a bunch of stuff. I got a cross with a banner with 4 words that I live by, which is adversity, loyalty, sacrifice, and faith. On the back of it is like a rose bush with every member of my family on it. And then I got the state of Florida, I got a palm tree, got some condos. Then
you actually have condos on there?
Yeah, I got some condos. I got a little shark in the water. There's a lot going on over here.
Who better to promote tourism Navarre than him, for crying out loud? He's got the state of Florida on there, condos. The sharks, though, may not help promote tourism quite as well. We'll have to work on that. But well done, and I do want to say on February 3rd, he said, can't wait to be back home next weekend for the All Sports Banquet, so we appreciate you promoting that. And here's the most recent one that I saw on February 8th. I need to know the reason for this. What would you rather be attacked by, a grizzly bear or a panther? This was a question that you threw out to your friends and the world. First of all, why and who won?
I don't know how we got to the whole panther versus the grizzly bear, but it was during the Super Bowl. Me and my girlfriend and her roommates were watching it, and it's a bronco, like a panther,
okay,
and for some reason we got hooked on a grizzly bear versus a panther, but just me, I would rather be attacked by a panther than a big old 700-pound grizzly bear. But I ended up winning, but I couldn't really gloat about it too much because, like I said, she was my girlfriend, and that's not really something you want to do.
There we go. Well, that's it's fun what you put out there, and we appreciate you sharing your life with us. So now I want to share with, if I could, a couple of questions here, and let's chat about what's it like adjusting to be a student athlete at a Division I college level.
It was definitely a change. Freshman year when I first got to Clemson, it was totally different just because it was so far away. But getting to college is basically just like a self-check. You have to really look into like who you are, because you don't have nobody telling you to wake up and go to class. You don't really have to do anything, to be honest. So it was really hard, and then I had to just work on my time management and stuff like that, just balancing workouts with study hall hours and going to class and stuff like that. So, and then there's a lot of temptations in college, so you kind of had to just stay in your lane kind of thing and just focus on yourself.
Are those temptations, you mean like Little Debbie cakes and things like that?
They vary.
All right, so how about, the team did pretty well this year. Team did pretty well. We're very proud of that. What was your favorite game? Any particular game that you liked best?
My favorite game this year is probably the Notre Dame game. I think we were ranked number 12 in the nation, and they were ranked number 6. And I'm pretty sure every game that we had this year, we were on upset alert. So it was pretty exciting for us. And then we found out that we were about to play in a hurricane-type weather, so it was pouring down rain. And it was probably the most fun game just because I got to score the first touchdown in the game, which was pretty exciting for me. And then other than that, like, during a raining game, you don't expect to have as many fans, but we filled out the whole stadium and they stayed the entire time. So that was pretty ridiculous. And then it came down to a 4th down stop on the goal line to prevent them from tying the game up. So it was probably my favorite game.
It's a good one, absolutely. It's interesting, Jordan, I was again reading online on the Clemson website, and I think there's a great inspiration not only for your family members, but some of the kids who are going to school. Maybe not something you're as proud about, but in the beginning, your first year, your nickname was?
Lazy Leggett.
Lazy Leggett. And here's a quote from the coach, Sweeney, as we know. His first couple of years, he was kind of half in. He was a some-timer. Sometimes he wanted to be great, and sometimes he didn't. Now tell these folks, because obviously from that time to be a John Mackey finalist, you made something happen in your life to change it. What was it? What was it to change your philosophy while you were in school?
Just when I got to school, just making that transition from high school, I was kind of that guy in my high school. So when I got to college, I was just like, I'm going to get to where I got to be based off of talent. And that definitely goes out the window when you get to D1 athletics, because everybody's just as talented as you are. So it's all the things that are just surrounded by the talent, which is like the film study and being a leader, getting in the weight room and stuff like that. So it was a lot that played into it. And then I pretty much made my decision last year just because I was pretty much the next guy up. And I just pretty much just bought into the process, and it kind of paid out for me.
It paid out well. Make note of that, everyone who's going to school. You don't want to be called Lazy Leggett. So Jordan, we're very proud of you. Let's chat about this now. Who are some of the folks who have been the greatest influence on you thus far in your life?
Oh man, I always got to keep faith with the man upstairs. Just reading his word every day, just trying to keep my head straight. But other than that, I probably have to say it's my older brother. Just because of everything he's been through. I pretty much just wanted to be like him when I got older. We both played receiver on the same team. Just playing at Navarre. He was number 5, I was number 6. So I was just trying to be like him pretty much my whole high school career. And then when he got to college, he dealt with a couple injuries. I'm pretty sure he tore his ACL in one knee, recovered, tore it again, recovered, and then tore it in the other knee. So he's been through a lot. So I'm pretty much just basing my game off of what he can't do anymore. And I'm just trying to make him and my whole family proud.
Well, on behalf of your entire community, my friend, and the All Sports Group, we're very proud of your efforts and a deserving winner. Jordan Leggett, everyone. Well done, my friend. Thank you very kindly. We're going to see you tomorrow night also. Has anyone asked you to sign their neck by chance? No? All right. Now, amazing as this may be, but tomorrow night and the All Sports, we are honoring this gentleman as the Amateur Award winner because of all the different things you do. Could I be kind enough to ask for Tom Hammonds and the coach, Bobby Cremins, to join us up on stage, gentlemen, if you don't mind. Mr. Gold, Fred Gold from Extreme Sports, will you please set the stage for our guests here and hang our flag of honor, if we could. It's very appropriate now to, of course, if we're going to be talking about Georgia Tech, that we identify it accordingly, just to set the stage. So here's, we're honored to have you. Again, I haven't had a chance to meet you, but I'm Ted from the Chamber of Commerce. We're honored to have you both here. And I want to share this now, folks. As you may have, the first bio I did was from the Titans website, and the last one I did from the Clemson website. But I'm going to go old school on this one and read how we used to get information on our friends, and that's on sports cards. So I'm honored here. If you were a collector of cards like I was, let's read about first Tom Hammonds. This is Tom Hammonds' rookie card, and this is what it says on the back. Scored season-high 17 points and 8 rebounds on first career start against Milwaukee on January 18th, 1990. 9th pick overall in the 1989 NBA Draft. Finalist for John Wooden Award as a senior at Georgia Tech, averaging 20.9 points per game and 8.1 rebounds per game. Had jersey number 20, retired by Yellow Jackets, finished career as third leading scorer in school history. Born March 27th. In Crestview, Florida, height 6'9", weight 223. You're probably the same weight, aren't you? Same height.
Same height, a few pounds now.
So that is our friend Tom Hammonds, and his coach is here with him today. We're honored to have Coach Bobby Cremins with us. On the back of his card from the 1988-1989 Yellow Jackets kit, a team set. It says, in his 8th year of coaching at Georgia Tech, Cremins has brought Tech from a 4-23 season prior to his arrival to 5 straight postseason berths. During that time, Tech has won an average of 22 games each season, led Tech to its first ACC championship in 1985 and a school record 27 wins, and to the final 8 of the NCAA tournament. Has led the Yellow Jackets to 4 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances, has coached 2 All-Americans, 7 All-ACC players, and 5 ACC Rookies of the Year. That's from 1988. And it says here to continue, tips from the Yellow Jackets coach. They had him on here. Tips from the Yellow Jackets. Coaches pick players who can win. Drugs are for losers. Don't let anyone talk you into doing drugs. You can be banned from sports, suspended from school, sent to jail, even lose your life. So that was the message that Coach Bobby Cremins had the back of his card, and Tom Hammonds had on the back of his card. So, gentlemen, we're honored to have you here. Let me dig a little bit deeper, if I could. Where you jump to now is Wikipedia, as you jump to things. So now let's finish the career of Tom Hammonds as we could. As you just heard, he played basketball at Georgia Tech, earning Rookie of the Year honors in the ACC. After graduating in 1989, he was selected by the Washington Bullets in the first round, 9th overall in the 1989 NBA Draft. He played 12 NBA seasons for the Bullets, Denver Nuggets, Charlotte Hornets, and Minnesota Timberwolves, averaging 5.3 points per game in his career. And while he was enrolled at Georgia Tech, Hammonds played for the U.S. national team in the 1986 World Championship, winning the gold medal. And while playing for the Nuggets, Hammonds became involved in drag racing. So I want to jump. I want to give the bio of Coach Cremins because I'm honored to have him here. But Coach, when you were recruiting Tom Hammonds, did you have any idea that he was, while playing or considering playing basketball, that he was also racing cars on the weekends?
No, I had no idea.
Well, perhaps
He just found out.
Oh, you just found out? Okay, just right now. So some things you can keep secret for many, many years, obviously. But I want to ask, we haven't shared the one really most important aspect, and that, of course, is that Tom was born in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and attended Crestview High School in Crestview, Florida. So, Coach, how does a guy like you come down and find out about a guy in Crestview, Florida?
Well, it's a recruiting game, and Tommy was a national player. He was an American high school player, and we saw him play. And I had a great assistant coach, saw Tommy play, found out he was a great student, and we decided to come down here, and we met Tommy, fell in love with him. As strong as he was on the outside, he had that inner strength also. And he was what we call a total package. And we decided to invade Crestview, Florida. We put the full court press on, and we're very, very fortunate that Tommy came our way.
And we're grateful too. For those who haven't had a chance to meet Coach Cremins before, you're saying, hey, that's not a Southern accent. Born on July 4th in the Bronx, New York. His playing career consisted of playing at South Carolina, where he was a point guard, and his coaching career started off in 1972 at Point Park, which is in Pittsburgh. He went to South Carolina as assistant. He then went to Appalachia State in North Carolina, and from 1981 to 2000, he coached the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and then from 2006 to 2012, he coached at the College of Charleston. His head coaching record is .579 and .375 for a 600% winning record, and his championship considered 3-time ACC tournament champion, 2-time ACC regular season champion, a Southern Conference tournament champion, 4-time Southern Conference regular season champion, awards, the Naismith College Coach of the Year in 1990, won lots of other coaching awards. He was assistant coach for the U.S. men's national basketball team in 1996 at the Olympics in Atlanta, and he is far away the winningest coach in Georgia Tech history. And I want to share this. It says here, with his platinum blonde hair, Cremins was an iconic figure at Georgia Tech, and for those who have seen this, you always saw the pictures. It was very common for fans to show up at Alexander Memorial Coliseum wearing blonde wigs. That must have been kind of fun for you.
That was a lot of fun. Tech was a great place, and when you get players like Tommy Hammonds, you get something going. And of course, we had Mark Price, John Sally, and then they really started to come. Kenny Anderson, Stephon Marbury. So great players make great coaches.
We are honored that you're here in our town, and we're even more so if you're not aware of this, folks. In 2003, Georgia Tech officially named a basketball court at the Alexander Memorial Coliseum on the Georgia Tech campus the Cremins Court. So we are in the, we're with royalty today. Royalty. So I'm so excited. So Tom, let's go back to you. Let's talk about Crestview. You see some Crestview folks here today. Let's chat about that transition. We heard the transition from Diontrez. Let's talk about the transition, high school, college, NBA. Tips for the kids out there.
Well, I mean, from small town in Crestview, I mean, to going out fishing and having a good time. All in a small town. I mean, it was just having a chance to go to Georgia Tech, and actually being recruited was just a dream come true for me. I didn't actually intend to become an NBA ball player. My goal was to just to get my education, and I became a pretty good player to where I advanced to be able to play in the pros for a long time. But my original goal was to get my education. And that's what the number one goal that all you college-bound athletes should be doing. Is when that ball starts bouncing, the air goes out of the ball, you're gonna have to agree to fall back onto, and that's what you need to really concentrate on.
Will you, Tom, will you just swap that mic out with this other one here? We have some new mics here, so we're going to check that out. Thank you for that. So, Coach, let's jump back to you for just a second here. What tips do you have? We heard from lots of our students there. What does it take to get to the next level to be a student athlete for these kids out there?
Well, if you're going to play Division I sports, you have to have a certain grade point average. You have to have a combination of good SAT or ACT and GPA. And that was the nice part about Tommy, was we never had to worry about his academics. And Georgia Tech's a great academic school, but when you recruit a great student athlete like Tommy, it just makes it life easier. So I would recommend to all the young student athletes out there is, number one, you got to qualify for Division I. And you make sure you take your ACT, your SATs on time. Start taking them as early as you can. Keep up with your GPA so that when and if you're eventually recruited, that the academics will not be a problem. If they are a problem, you could go to a junior college, you could go to a prep school, and you could improve your academics. It's something that you have to take serious you have to qualify in order to play Division I.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Tom. 12 years in the NBA is unbelievable for fans such as myself. Is there any favorite player, toughest player? What are some of the things you can throw out here, just name-dropping cool things that we're going to be about?
Well, I mean, I had a lot of great experiences. I mean, people ask me all the time about the toughest player I ever played against in my life, and there are a lot of great players. One player comes to mind, Larry Bird, kind of indoctrinated me my rookie year when I was with the Washington Bullets. You know, he got the ball. He was a tremendous shooter, and he got the ball in the deep corner one time, and I was underneath the basket. I thought I'd run hard at him and just throw my hand up and maybe contest his shot. Maybe he missed the shot. We get the rebound or whatever, and we go the other way and have a chance to score. But as I ran to him and ran past him, he actually whispered 2 words: wasted energy. And as I turned around and looked, and the ball was going through the net, that's all it was wasted energy. So that was a story, but actually the best player I've ever played against in my life was a guy by the name of Len Bias. Len Bias was a tremendous player. My freshman year at Georgia Tech, Maryland played Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech, and John Sally held Len Bias to, I think, 2 or 3 points, maybe 4 points in the first half. We're going in halftime, and I look at Coach, and they decided to put me on him in the second half. He goes out in the second half and lights me up for 25. We come back, Mark Price hits a jumper to win the game. So it turned out good on our behalf, but that was a memorable experience, and he was a tremendous player and probably the best player I ever played against in my life.
I'll be darned, and certainly an unfortunate situation from there with Len. What about Larry Bird with the little shorts? Do you think the NBA should go back to the little shorts?
You know what? I had those little shorts. So I wouldn't recommend. I think they need to come with some kind of happy medium. I don't think the shorts that are represented now, where they're halfway down your legs, should be standard gear. But something kind of in between, I think would be better.
Coach Cremins, let's go back to you for a second. Let's talk about the college game now. How can you talk about it? What do you have?
Well, the big adjustment in college basketball today is the 30-second clock. Everybody felt like last year the games were too boring. They were low-scoring games, and everybody, especially TV people, that's where all the money comes from, they wanted a up-tempo game. They wanted more points scored. And so this is the first year where we have a 30-second clock. The great thing about college basketball this year is unlike last year, Kentucky, they were trying to go to 40-0. This year it's wide open, wide open. A team like Iowa could win the national championship. There are so many good teams, and it's all going to come down to the last month here before we go into March Madness. And once we start March Madness, we'll see who gets in. Only 68 teams get in, 32 automatic qualifiers, and 34 at large. And then those 68 teams will compete for a national championship. And that's when it really gets exciting. So this is a great time to be watching college basketball. And in about a month from now, we'll find out who gets into the big dance. And we'll eventually have a national champion. This year, the Final Four is in Houston. And if I had to give you my Final Four right now, I'm an ACC guy. I would say North Carolina, but they lost a couple. But I think North Carolina will be there. And I think Duke will find a way to maybe get there. So it's wide open.
Thank you for that insight. It's fantastic. Tom, we have so much time. We're going to hear we have so little time, rather. Let's jump to the drag racing. I mean, a professional basketball player who's also drag racing. Tell us how that happens.
Well, I'm not proud to say it, and I don't condone this, but so a lot of you guys, a lot of you high school kids, plug your ears. But I did do a little illegal street racing in my day when I was coming up. But I do not condone street racing. But that's kind of how I got started. My dad was a big racer, and any chance I could get, I was getting my hands on my mom's car. If it was a station wagon, my grandpa's truck, or whatever, and I was trying to race somebody. I didn't win too many, especially with my mom's station wagon, but you know what, I had a lot of fun. But no, that was always a passion of mine other than playing basketball. And when I was at Georgia Tech, I got a chance to, when we weren't playing or going to study hall, I got a chance to go out to the local drag strip and kind of hang out and he didn't know this, hang out and have a good time. But no, it was always a passion of mine. And when I got a chance to play in the NBA, I finally got a little money in my pocket where I could go do it professionally full time. And I raced professionally throughout the off season, and actually had that clause taken out of my contract to where I could actually compete professionally on the drag strip. My very first year of drag racing, my last race of the year, I kind of got in a little fender bender, and it was all on ESPN. That night, all on ESPN. I got a call from Bernie Bickerstaff, my general manager, about me drag racing and wrecking my car, and it was all on ESPN. I said, "No, coach, that wasn't me. That was my twin." He didn't believe that. So, but no, I mean, I wouldn't drag race if I didn't think it was safe, especially at that level. And it's just another part of me and a part of me being competitive and some of the things that I enjoy doing.
So you're like the Forrest Gump of athletes here, because we're going to talk to jiu-jitsu in just a second. But I want to jump back to Coach Cremins, if I could, for just a second. You mentioned ACC. You were right there in the thick of things in the ACC, and the formalization of what the college basketball is now. The people you played with, did you know at that time what you were doing to the game and how amazing you and your peers were changing the face of college basketball?
Well, you know, basketball has been my life, it's been my passion. I'd hate to think where my life would be without the game of basketball. My parents were Irish immigrants, so I love the game. Yeah, there's so much. I should mention Florida State. Florida State, I believe, will be an NCAA team. They got some crucial games coming down the stretch, and I think Florida can get in also. They got some crucial games, but I've been very, very fortunate. I've been blessed. I have a great life, and it's all because of the great game of basketball.
Well, we're very honored. So now let's jump to jiu-jitsu, Tom, as you continue, which is really one of the things we're honoring you on again. Jiu-jitsu competition. Again, how?
Man, I don't know. When I finished playing basketball, I retired in 2001, and I drag raced for about another 3 or 4 years, and actually finished drag racing about 2006, 2007, and was really just, I've always been competitive my whole life, and doing something and being taken to the next level, and I missed that because basketball was gone, drag racing was finishing up, and I missed that side of me of being competitive. And I've always loved martial arts, and my oldest son was a national champion in Taekwondo when he was 14 years old, so I've kind of been into it back then, ever since back then when he was competing, but never really competed myself. So just sitting around and really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I know I missed being competitive and that competitive side of me because that's all I've ever done my whole life. So I started. I actually called one of my head coaches now, and I think I see my judo coach out here. I have him stand up here in a minute, but and just was talking about me getting out and thinking about training and starting martial arts. And I told him, I said, one thing you got to know is that I'm pretty big. Now, I don't know if you got any jiu-jitsu guys that are 6'9", 270 pounds. So he said, no, you be the first one. So I started training and enjoyed it. Enjoyed learning about the sport. My judo coach, Coach Ken, can you stand up? He's my judo coach. Coach Ken. Actually, my first judo lesson, I've been through training camps and tough practices and things like that, but after my first judo session, I've never been as sore as I was after that first judo session. I was on my back so much, I could probably read the wattage of the light bulbs. And tell you exactly what they were because it was just a rough session, but he taught me a lot. But as I progressed through the sport and started learning the sport, I started competing. And I went to my very first tournament as a white belt and won. And won. It was the Combatives Championship in Georgia, and won. And the competitive spirit within me just kind of kicked back in again. And I started training more and going to more tournaments. And I started progressing quicker and quicker with my belts. Became a blue belt. And I don't think we've ever had anybody within our school win the Pan Am Championships and the World Championships in the same year. So I set that as a goal. I wanted to set high goals, and I wanted to be able to go out there and achieve those goals. So I just got my blue belt in February of 2014. Pan Am Championships was March of 2014. I competed in the Pan Am Championships and won that. Went on to the World Championships that end of that year and won that as well. And won the Pan Am Championships and the World Championships in the same year, and was promoted to my purple belt the following year. Came back and beat the number one purple belt in the world championships this past year. So I've just loved competing. That's all I've ever done, and that's all I continue to do.
How big is that trophy case you got? Man, you have got some souvenirs.
I got a few.
You know,
But to me, it's not about the souvenirs. It's about competing and setting goals. I think you can do anything you want to do in your life. No matter anybody in here, you can do anything you want to do in life. As long as you set goals and you have a plan to achieve those goals, and you work hard you work your plan and you work hard, you can do anything you want to do in life, and I believe that.
Well, you certainly have proven that, no doubt about it. Coach Cremins, you retired in 2012. What in the world have you been doing since then? Why haven't we seen that much of you out in the world?
I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of media stuff. I do TV, radio. I do ACC. I do some ACC games. A lot of speaking, clinics. A lot of charity golf outings.
There you go.
I wish my putting was better. But again, I've been very fortunate to travel the world, and I've been very fortunate, and it's all because of the game of basketball.
Well, we're always honored to have you here in Okaloosa County. Tom, what are some of your goals now? You haven't even reached 50 yet. You haven't lived half your life. What else are you going to be doing? What are we going to award you for in a couple of years?
Man, I don't know. High school. I'm past high school, so you know what? I don't know. I think the sky's the limit. Just like I said before, no matter what it is, set your goal, have a plan, and work hard to achieve your plan, and you can do anything in life. So I don't know what that'll be. I love training, what I'm doing now, and we'll see how far that goes.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow. Do we have time for any questions, Chad? Yeah, if we have any questions, if anyone has a question of these folks, are you able to stay around after this for a photo and order? You can stay around? Yeah. Good. Any questions?
Who said that?
What car did you race?
What car did I race? When? The last one I owned actually I was actually a factory drag racer for Chevrolet. And back then when I was drag racing, I had it was a Chevrolet Cavalier. And people say Chevrolet Cavalier is 6'9", so that doesn't really quite match up. But no, the car took my height in consideration, and it was actually made for me. I don't think you could get in there and touch the pedals, but I fit pretty comfortably.
Any other questions for our distinguished guest?
What kind of motor? Actually, my particular class was NHRA Pro Stock. So our engines were based on 500 cubic inches. No nitrous, no additives, anything like that. So, I mean, we made about 1,500 horsepower, and we would go from zero to 100 in about 1.2 seconds. So we accelerated fast, and believe me, you talking about fueling your competitive nature, that really did it for me.
Any other questions out there in the audience, folks? We get a chance to hear Tom Hammonds tomorrow night with Jordan and Diontrez and the others. We're honored to have you here. Can we stay here and have people come up here and go and meet you here? Would that be all right? You want to go down there? Okay. On behalf of the All Sports, we're honored to have you folks here. Before you guys leave, I need you to sign that banner, if you could. And then where are you going, Coach? We're following you. Where are you going? Right down here in front. So form a little line over here, if you could. Come up and meet our Coach Cremins and our Amateur of the Year, Tom Hammonds. We're honored that you're here, folks. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Did you eat a lot of Doritos?
I didn't know Doritos. No Doritos. I ate a lot of spinach. No mac and cheese, right? Nobody's in line. Every now and then a little mac and cheese. That didn't hurt a little bit. A lot of green beans. You know what I mean? I know Terry the Hare and all those guys were there. Terry Walker. Yeah, yeah. He was talking about the San Diego guys. I was talking, and like I said,